I'm going to show you what they did. Just a second. I'll show you exactly what they did. See, I wouldn't screen print it like that. These screen printer were not a screen printer like that. What they did was, and that's whose design is that?
Yeah, boy.
Is he a famous rapper?
Yeah.
Oh, he is. Well, I don't know who he had do that, but whoever he did have do it, the company he had do it, they didn't know what the hell they were doing. So we need to try to reach out to him. They need to be calling us. So that ain't right. Okay. It ain't right. Okay. Let's see here. This is how I go live right here. I need to change this name with this over here. There's okay. I'm gonna edit this here. Tell my followers come through, crew. Come in, crew.
Got an iPhone charger somewhere?
I have an iPhone. I have an iPad. What you need, a charger?
Yeah.
Yeah. Let me see.
It's
It's in here. It's probably on the. Let me see. Come in, y'all. Come on in. Come in, crew. Come in. Okay, right here. It's up in the front then. Look right there where Ken thing is. Look right there where I was sitting. And it's gonna be right. It's gotta be right there by that shirt. And then come back so I can break that shirt down for you on live real quick. Where I'm gonna tell you what's going on with that t-shirt. Hey y'all. Y'all see good and everything. Let me get some water. Showing my nephew some things. Did you find it? Okay. Okay, so you wanted to say never broke again. Okay. I can design that. It's got a little fire. You want it like that, or you want me to put my own flavor to it?
your flavor to it.
Okay. What colors you want to be?
I like black, red, white.
You want a red shirt, colorful, or you want a black shirt with red and white and different?
Black shirt.
Black shirt, red, white, what?
Don't have it.
What color your shoes gonna be?
Don't have it.
Yeah, this screen print, this is a garbage screen print. So see what they did. What they did a white. They did a full, complete white base, right? So that these colors will show up. And then what they did is they did the purple on top of that, and they hit this on top of the white. But when they started out with the base right here, you see this base right here, they should have used a 195 and then just went around it with the underbase and then did this at the top white, and that would have made that big pop. Like the white would have been white, but what they did, they just hit it with a 110 white. Then they hit this with a 110, right? And then they turn around and they hit this here is not underbase.
Right.
I mean the purple is solid under the white. Right. What they should have did was put a gutter right here and then print it. The purple shouldn't have been solid. This green should have overlaid, should have sprayed just a little bit. And it did. It did. Because what, you know why they did it like that? You know why they printed one color on top of another?
Because they had to do the white.
Because they was going to get off the line. They had to do the white for the white base.
White, yeah, so they can show up on
But why did they print the purple, a solid base of purple under the green?
So they can't print.
But they ass can't print. That's what happened.
Because they can't print. Okay.
And then when they did, so they printed the purple is solid base, the purple solid. Now the only thing they did when they got to this greenish yellow right here, this is one color. This is a half tone. This a half tone ran on a this probably ran on about a 320 mix. So it went from yellow to green on the half tone. That's what they did. That's what they did there in the half tone. That's why the shit's cracking like that, because they fucked up.
Okay.
But and then they on these right here, then they went over and they print that. That's why the print feel thick like it's vinyl.
Yeah, that's what I said. I thought it was vinyl.
So it's not this.
No, it's not.
No.
See, if you look at it like from where I'm looking at it, I can see the half tones in it. Actually,
I watch so much.
no. Actually, Pookie, yeah, it's the half tones blend in right off in here. So they did yellow and then they did green. But see what they did, like right here, you can see the purple, kind of the purple coming through the yellow. So they did right here on this very top, they did a real thin coat. On the top, they probably did like a three, like a maybe about a 160, 165. I'm gonna look here what size shirt you want.
Medium.
Medium. That's what we do. That's what we do. I got you. I got you. Got a guy coming down there, screen print.
Okay.
I think his name is Benjamin. I'm gonna see what he can do if he gonna work out. He say he interested, ready. He ready to join the team.
He didn't already screen printed before?
Yeah, he done screen printed before. He say he a one man show. He say he
What
gonna.
say?
The website.
You're gonna get down there. That's fine. Whoa.
I told him it's a hot shot. It's a real. Is he gonna be able to handle?
He ain't
He gonna be able to
Nobody
handle.
can handle that.
Well, one thing about it is, if he get in there and he can't handle the job, I'm be looking for you to let me know. And these shirts messed up, but he said he been printing 30 years.
Did you like the ones we did?
The lady loved them. She said they look marvelous. She said, I'm so happy. She loved them. She said they look great. So, I'm finna put her together a per pack.
Perfect. What we was talking about yesterday?
So I got like, what I'm gonna do,
Different color shirt.
we're gonna hit her with, she got a logo that I'm gonna do a DTF print on that logo. I'm gonna hit her with some jackets. We got some jackets, some IGO jackets that we need to get off of. The jackets are like $40-50 wholesale. We need to get off of those jackets. We got those jackets. I'm gonna hit her with a sweatshirt, because see, it's summertime right now. People not looking at buying it, but they will be in the winter. So I'm gonna hit her with, we're gonna do a care pack, we're gonna do a dry fish shirt, we're gonna do the dry fish shirt's gonna have, we're gonna do a dry fish shirt with a direct sub, we're gonna do a dry fish shirt with DTF, and then we're gonna hit that same logo. So I'm gonna do about 4 or 5 different little DTF prints, and we're gonna put that same logo on a cap. But we're gonna do the cap like that Coors cap. Let me see that Coors cap.
And white boy fishing hat.
Because see this cap right here, this is hot. This
The
what
white boy fishing
this is
hat.
trucker. This a white boy fishing
Yeah,
hat?
from white
What
boy.
that thing? It's like a trucker's cap, right?
Yeah.
That's what's hot. My granddaddy used to wear stuff like this when I was young. And it came a long way. So what we gonna do, we gonna give her this look right here, y'all. We're gonna give her this look. But, and see, this right here have a little embroidery on it, don't it, babe? But what we gonna do though, see this what we gonna do, we gonna hit it with this. But, so we're gonna do like faux screen print, a faux embroidery. Show you how
Got embroidery too now?
Yes, baby, we do embroidery, but we're not gonna do, I said a faux embroidery.
Oh, Lord, we got a
Embroidery
brother
too. Yeah, we got embroidery too.
Whoa,
But this what we're gonna do. We're gonna take the cap and we're gonna put this logo, this on the cap. See how that is? That's raised. That's a sublimation patch. Sublimation patch. We're gonna take the sublimation patch, put it on the cap like that, and then we're going to put their logo on. We can either do that in DTF or we can sub.
Okay.
This will be cheap, because the thing about it is, you can put, I can put about 30 of these on the press at one time, even
Right.
more. You can do a jig, do about 30 of these on the press. If she order caps, you already got these ready. Boom, you throw them on. Then you can turn around, you can take the same thing right here. So y'all, I'm finna give y'all some game on how to make some money right now. You can take the same thing right here and turn around and boom. Now you're gonna put that
On a pocket.
on a pocket print. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's gonna be a pocket print on the jacket. You see what I'm saying? Or you can do it if you want to. She can turn around. She can have that on a sports tee, right? So if they want like polo style tee, she can put that on there. Okay, then boom, look here. You take that same print right there. When I make your shirt, I'm gonna take it and I'm gonna put it down here. What is it now? It's a label.
Yeah.
It's gonna be your label. This can be your label for your brand, right?
Right.
Okay, now we got the jackets. Guess what? Boom, we're gonna hit that. You can hit that sleeve with it. These come in all different shapes and sizes. This easy money, quick ways you put a logo. Turn around, nephew, because I'm schooling them now. Okay, here y'all go. Boom. Okay, there go another print location. There's all kind of ways that you can do this thing. That's how we're gonna hit them.
Okay.
So we're gonna hit them with a couple of caps. We're gonna hit them with a couple of jackets. We're gonna do the same logo in DTF or in sublimation, and you can do a lot of different prints with it. And then some of them we'll just do direct, but on a couple of them we're gonna do them like this, because this is her label is actually, her logo is actually round, so I'm gonna use the round. But these come in square, rectangles, all kinds of stuff. So that's gonna be the thing. But what you got going on? That's what's my Can you take a picture? Let me take a picture of you with your phone.
My phone did.
Okay, never broke again. I got you. That's gonna be what I'm gonna make today. That's gonna be what I'm gonna make today. As a matter of fact, let me check, see if it's something in here that you might like. So we got in today. We got in the Stalls vinyl. Came in, y'all. This is a new product. Let me see what is in here and see what we can do with it. So I just got word this morning at DTF that they do have the glitter for DTF. Ooh, that's bad.
Yeah.
Damn, nephew, look at that.
Yeah, that's nice.
Dang. Look at
Bling,
y'all.
bling.
That's bling bling. Who thought will do wear this?
Yeah, it depends on the design. You know, niggas like shiny shit too.
And do?
Yeah.
I like this. I could see a dude in this. I could do this in like Hakeem, like that Bob Marley stuff. Or do Bob Marley or somebody. You know, I can't do Bob Marley because it's copyrighted. But yeah, that right there. Okay. Man, that's icy right there. That right there is a beast. Look at that, y'all. This is the Styles Deco Vinyl. Bling, bling, baby. Oh, we finna make something. Oh, we finna make something. Ooh, let's see what else they sent. Y'all. I need to get my lights popping on in here for a little dark off in here. Let's see what else we got. So this one, y'all, let me tell y'all where I go. Because I haven't even put this in the store. We weren't even supposed to be showing this, right? Keisha, am I still on camera, y'all? Look like my camera done went out. Poop. Let me see. My camera done went out. Hold on, y'all. Let me put the camera on. She want to see your shirt up close. Hold on. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. 1 second. I'm coming. We coming. We about to do this thing. I guess maybe it went to sleep because it was not showing that it was still on. Okay. Hold up. Nephew, do I need to hit him on here on my YouTube channel with some screen printing on? I need to just chill out.
Whatever you want to do.
Because I've been thinking that I was gonna hit him. You see this new press?
Yeah.
Nice Vastex, ain't it?
Little bitty too. Little bitty.
Nice Vastex. Yeah, she wanna see your steps. Pose for the camera, nephew. Let me see. Put your chest out. Let me see what you work with. There you go. Yeah, this right here is they put it on a nice shirt though. Who stuff is this here? What's the rapper name?
NBA young boy.
Do we got his tag in there?
Yeah.
Let me see. Now we broke again. Okay, yeah, nice little screen print, gray tag.
Remember, I was trying to get you to give me the B-loans.
Yeah. I got the thing over there. Okay, let me see. I got some old stuff over here. Okay, y'all. Let's see here. This some rainbow stuff right here.
Yeah, I don't know about we gonna wear none of that right there. That's
So
problem.
this 4th of July though, right?
Problem.
This right here, that's blingy. That's blingy right here. That's blingy.
This is for the girls.
Yeah, this here for the girls. That's blingy right there. We're gonna do something in this. We gotta come up with something, put something in that right there. That's a beast. Look nice and thick. So this what we got coming up on the channel. Y'all know we still gonna do vinyl on this channel. I was saying the other day, because Taryn said, you know, hey, nobody's doing vinyl anymore. Everybody's just doing DTF. We don't want to just see DTF. So we're not going to just be doing DTF because we still do all things. But again, those are the two. Which one y'all like the most? Which one y'all like the most? And my lights are not good in here today. My lights are not the best in here today. So we gonna hook it up. We are going to hook it up. Let me see, y'all. I'll show y'all a product code after I hook this thing up. After I hook it up, do some type of design with it. And let me see. Ooh, do something with it. I might want that on. Let's figure out what we're gonna do with it. We'll figure out what we're gonna do with that. So that's what's new, what's going on. Let's see, is there anything else? I showed y'all the big tail shirts last night. So it's nothing new going on with that. What do y'all want to see this on? We want to put it on a bag. We want to put it on a shirt. Rainbow. Gold. That gold is like that. That rainbow is like that too, y'all. That rainbow is like that too. Ooh. You know what? You got any tennis shoes that I will freak the hell out of some tennis shoes with this, y'all. I will freak some canvas. Let me find something. Put that on my feet. I sure will. I sure will. Maybe I have to a bad Nike check. Nike ain't gonna be coming picking me up now. That's nice though. This has
you put the chick on top of the chick.
yeah, we have to really flip that out. Go in and take that. Y'all, we gotta see what that cuts like. It's very, very thick. It's very thick. Let's see what it's called. I know they sent me a product code. So the hologram crystal gold and the hologram multi-rainbow. Those are what they're called. And y'all know the company that they are from. Okay. Can you take that in there for me? Thank you. So Ken, y'all, Ken changed the internet because he said that we were sucking up the internet. As a matter of fact, let me plug it in. He said that when I go live, that I am sucking up all the speed. So he changed the internet code, and now, well, he called the internet company, got a whole new code set up, some whole new software equipment sent over, whole new set of equipment. And now none of my printers in here in my office. So y'all know I'm not happy about that at all. I'm not happy about it at all. What are y'all out there doing today? What are y'all working on? What are y'all working on? Keisha, that shirt was pretty cool. We're going to make something similar. Y'all want to make something? Let's see. We're going to make something similar. I got this over at the 99-cent store. It's the cooking chopper. And y'all know what I'm going to use this for? And it does have measurements on it. But we going to use it for crafting. So, but y'all know I'm a DIY girl. And so we try to use things that we have.
I don't know the answer to this one.
Stuff. I didn't answer anything for Tammy. That lady, y'all, thinks she's Siri or Alexa keeps popping up on my thing. So this, y'all know what I'm gonna use it for? This is one of those things that you chop dough with, right? Chop, chop, chop. But for us, we're gonna use this to scoop up the rhinestones. We're going to use it to scoop up the rhinestones. And this, the rhinestones will go off in here, and then we can slide them into whatever we have. I can slide them into whatever I have. But the only thing is, this end right here is open. So, just going to put some tape on that and just tape that end closed. It's going to work like a charm. And that's going to be my little thing to scoop my rhinestones up with. The little thing to scoop the rhinestones up with, y'all. I don't think we're going to DTF today. I don't know. Nephew Pookie wants a shirt. Y'all want to do DTF. I think I want to do something echo solvent. Let's do some echo solvent, or do y'all want to do... Or we could try to cut something in that vinyl tonight. We can try to cut something up in that vinyl. I don't have a design ready. This is the little sponge that Shell purchased that's for rhinestones. I think I could have made it inside of a terrace. Oh, she said rhinestones. She done got that girl. When you say rhinestones, you can't say rhinestones. Can't even say rhinestones in here around her because she goes crazy. Y'all, last night my printer, I have no idea how this got where it was. But I noticed that I moved the printer yesterday. I think when I was over there and I was working with it, it had been printing just fine. And then I moved the printer. I'll tell y'all something about this DTF printer. My paper is 11.8, and so right there where the 11.8 is, it doesn't have the little roller thing to grab it. So it will easily get off. And so the paper kept switching, kept like curving, and I couldn't figure it out. Then I found this under the printer. I think this is Lily's, but I've never seen Lily suck on this, so I kind of don't think it's Lily's. So I don't know if this came with, I don't know. I don't know if it came where I got the printer from or what. I don't know. But what happened is this was under there, and so the printer wasn't sitting flat. So the printer was kind of like going kind of angle. When I moved it, I kept looking and I kept looking, and so I put a level on it to make sure that the printer was level. One side of the printer is still a little off, so my floor in my room is either off or something with my desk is off or something. So I'm gonna level that, and hopefully that stops that issue. But I did get so y'all know I am using the CAD link for my DTF software to do my prints as my rip. And I want to say one thing I can say about DTF is that about CADLink, not about DTF, but about CADLink, the company, Digital Print Factory, CADLink, that sells Digital Print Factory, is that they did shoot me over an email. I am on day 5 of the trial. They shot me over an email and said, hey, we know that you're on the trial and we just want to know how your software is going, and if you have any questions, here's the number to support. If you need training, here's training videos and stuff like that, which as a customer who woke up this morning and was like, you know what, I don't know. I just told Ken this morning, I don't know if this DTF thing is going to work because it seems to be slow. I'm learning the software, but there's still some issues. So as a customer, that did make me more comfortable to go ahead and make a purchase. Because I felt like they care. So I'm going to take a page out of their book. When companies do things that make me feel like they care about me as a consumer, it makes me think, like, wow, I want my customers to feel like how I felt. So when I started sending out, because I sell a lot of t-shirt calculators, y'all, a lot of t-shirt calculators, right? And I think it just sends out an automatic email telling them thank you. So I'm going to take a page out of their book, and I'm going to do an automated email and set it to run 5 days later. And to when it runs, it will ask my customers, hey, it will ask, ooh, whoa, you ready for the holiday. Oh, you looking all good. Shimmy, cocoa puff. You ready for it? What's going down? Oh, baby, I know you don't drink, but honey, the way you came in here looking like you got this crown and coke. This is just, hey, baby, we want the crown and coke.
It's the crown.
Made my mouth water. I don't even drink no more, y'all.
It's the crown. Ain't nothing else.
You're looking beautiful today.
Well, you look, hey, every time I see you, secret thoughts. Oh, you gonna do me like that?
Oh yeah, and I had to go do it delivered. Let me catch that, y'all. I know I got that boob fat going on. Let me catch that in just a minute.
I wish I had something going on. But it'd be a lot more festive. A lot more festive if I was looking like you do.
Nicole say, hey, red, white, and blue.
Hey, Cole. How you doing? I wish I had.
So Arlene said she was, yes, Jesse got it. Pick up the rhinestones. I was showing them this. So me and Kim were over at this is actually the one that you use for like if you're gonna make like make biscuits or bread and you cut it.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so this is what this is. But they have this at the 99-cent store.
What?
What we're gonna do, we're just gonna put a piece of tape right here and tape that off, and we're gonna use this to shovel up our rhinestones. And then they will be locked off in here, and we can just pour it.
Oh, that is
That's what we're
nice.
gonna use it for. That's what we're gonna use it
And
for.
that's that's so.
Mhm.
Oh my
Okay.
goodness,
That's what we're gonna use it for. So
that's very nice.
they on here, and let me show you. Look at here. Look at this. Now
Wait a minute now.
Oh, this is from Styles. This is from Kelly, y'all.
Oh, that's my girl.
Kelly sent it. Look at what
Oh,
Kelly sent
my
us for the channel.
goodness.
Ooh, Kelly sent this over, honey,
Baby.
and baby. Look at that. That's icy.
Girl, I love this. Is beautiful. Oh, I can see this. Oh, I can see that.
I don't know what we gonna make with it,
We're gonna make something.
but we gotta get them. Ooh, it's so blingy, y'all. I got to have some.
Baby,
This is
like-
bling,
it's
bling, bling, harder than my stones, y'all. And then
Oh,
that
that's
other
cute.
one, look at that one right there.
Let me see.
Now that one, so this is called a holographic.
Oh, baby, I
And
love.
that one is that
I've worked with this before.
Ain't that bad?
It's beautiful. And then when you do cut it, oh my God, you think this is pretty? When you cut it,
Mm-hmm.
this don't even do it justice. It's even flyer when you cut it. Baby, this is baby. Oh my God, this is beautiful.
Ain't that pretty?
Girl, look at that.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty.
So Arlene said she was making a stencil before she left home so she could try the manual screen printing.
Oh yeah.
Let's see here.
She cut it
Oh,
off.
baby, what am I? Did
What
somebody
in the
put my lashes in the trash can?
Hold on, let me see.
Adrian, did you do that? Did you put at my
Who did that?
I know what you did with her.
Let
Now,
me
why would I put that in the
Ain't
trash
never even
can?
go over there to put that
Oh,
in the
my
trash.
Let me see here.
I've been on camera the whole time.
Let me show y'all these
He
plants.
said,
Right
girl,
here.
I've been on camera, yes, right
the
here.
evidence.
We've been on camera the whole
I've been
time.
on
We have to
camera the whole
rewind,
time.
y'all. See what's going on.
Let's see here. I'm trying to show them some things that we done got in. Let's
Ooh,
see
that's
here. So we
nice.
got these plants right here.
Mhm.
Adrian, tell me how did these screens,
Oh, I heard
How
about
does
They
it
work
that.
so good down there. Them new ones, they work real good.
He said it made. He said it
so
made
you have anything to
everything.
tell the people about printing with these? What did this make your job easier?
Go get them, because yes, they actually work better.
They did.
Yes.
Probably
Clear.
because
I'm
they're
talking when you clear,
It's a,
clean the whole thing.
it's good clear.
You, yeah, push it clear, to everything clear.
So you recommend a good strong
I-
squeegee
Yeah,
for
that
when
one right there.
you're screen printing.
Yeah.
So we purchased. I bought y'all 2 of them. I got 4. I sent you 3.
Yeah, I think it's like 3
Okay.
or 4 down.
So I didn't know which one to get because I got a 12-inch and a 14-inch. So y'all, when you are doing when you're doing with your screens, they needed squeegees bad. So because they said the squeegees was bending, and they couldn't work, breaking. So I had to purchase new squeegees. And we use wood squeegees, and the wood squeegees sometimes will make you get calluses, but we kind of cover over the top of them with tape. These are 70 durometers. If you're screen printing, you want to use a nice sharp squeegee. And so they were able to get a really, really good print with these squeegees. And they're heavy though. Now they have,
Yeah, but you're not
I
gonna
like the
carry
metal
it.
ones. Yeah. But,
That's nice.
and because I'm not printing every day like that, hey, I'm not thinking about it. But Ken came back and he said, thank God that you bought those squeegees because they changed the game. He said it was really, really easy. He said it was really, really easy for him to use those. Grab a chair. But we're going to talk to the people for a minute. We're going to talk about some things. So, this is 70 durometer for those of you guys who are screen printing. 60 durometer will lay more ink. 70 durometer is pretty much the go-to. And then you have like 75 and 80. I prefer 75 durometer. 70 durometer is good. If you're printing like white ink, you may want to use a 65. I use 70, 75 for everything I do. These are going to lay down less ink. It's going to give you a clean, sharp print. So we got these 4 in here. I got 2 of them for me, for the channel, so that we can do some screen print. I'm gearing up, y'all. But when you are ordering your squeegees, let me show y'all something. Because if you have a screen, you want to make sure that you have on each side. Here's the screen. See, when I sit that there, I have about 2 inches on each side. At the minimum, you want to have 1 inch on each side. So these are 20 by, what are these? 20 by 24. So these are 20. And so that means I actually have, this says 12. So that means that we would have 4 inches on each side. And I'd be damned, that ain't no 4 inches. Because even though this is saying like 4 inches, look, you got this, right? So we're talking about 20 from here. Okay. So on the inside, that means that this is 20. This is only 18 on the inside. So that's kind of like how you determine your squeegees. I've got to buy some smaller screens for in here to go on my other press, but this is regular standard manual is 20 by 24, which is what this is. The yellow screens, this is actually a 160 yellow screen for doing half tones. So maybe we'll use that to create some type of cool half tone. Okay. For those of y'all who, as I'm gearing up to start doing screen printing on the channel, I got these clamps. If you want to just screen print alone at home and you don't want to do a big investment, right? Jump on the Amazon channel with Tana the Lady Print Boss, Amazon's page, and it's the Amazon page to this channel is on the main channel up there at the top over on the left hand side. If you're on the desktop, you'll be able to see it, and you can go to the page, and when you go into the Amazon page, then you can buy these screen print clamps, and then all what you need to do is to just screw this clamp down, like screw this to a table or something, and then so let's say the back of this is screwed, and then this is where you're going to put your screen in, like this. So you get your little screen, and you can order that off of Amazon too, and then this will go up in here. Let me just clamp them on here and show y'all pretty much how it goes, because let's do both of them, and then I'll raise it up to show y'all. This is a really, really affordable way for people to get into screen printing and do, one color jobs. And I'm showing y'all this because shout out to my people that's in Guatemala, over in Nepal, in Nam. I gotta go. My people in Canada. I got a lot of people that follow the channel that are in third world countries, y'all. I got a lot of people in third world countries that follow the channel, because it was a time that I would teach people alternative methods on how to screen print. And so when I looked at the back end of the channel, and baby, I seen that y'all still there and that y'all still following after all these years, I'm coming back for y'all. So that means that those people who follow me that's not from the United States, can you all hit them with a little Espanol for me and let them know what I'm saying for me, please?
Oh, gracias.
Let them know.
A todos los gentes de no es en las estados de
Here, honey.
Gracias a todos las gentes que no olvidan la Estados de Unidos. Muchas gracias para todos los tiempos. And hey, te amo para tú. Te amo para tú.
And let them know we finna start doing. I'm finna start back doing that stuff. for 'em,
Okay,
to let 'em
okay,
know.
okay. Van a hacer más vías que tú puedes hacer de screen printing con otras vías. Así tú puedes hacer también.
Okay. All right, y'all. Because I got a lot of people that follow from other countries, and I just want to
Hey,
let them know
Bernardia.
that
Hey,
I'm still
Arlene.
here. So love it. So this thing here, y'all,
Hey, Nicole.
you can get these. And I used to send these over to my people over in Africa. I would send this over to buy these here in the US for the people who could not get it over there, and then we would ship this over there, and this would be an affordable way for them to be able to screen print. And so you just take this and just put this on like a table, bend it to a table or a piece of wood or something, you know, and you got a arm to screen print on right there, right? You got an arm. If you just pop that on there, and you're good to go. And I may set this up on one. This just happens to be a set of clamps that we had for a guy. I don't know. This happens to be a set of clamps that I had for one of my African brothers that he never hit me back, but we had got stuff like that. So sometimes we do stuff like that, y'all. It's all kind of ways to screen print, and
Ain't you been still looking? I know you had been looking for. I found some glasses.
ooh, those are nice.
Yeah,
Them is that's them. The show lives.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I want them. Make sure you don't.
So what?
Yes. I
Excuse
want
me?
those back. Yes.
I was looking cute in them. I mean, I'm
Okay,
just
you do. You
saying.
look beautiful. Leave them when you go out the door. Leave them.
I mean, I
Where
found
you-
them.
Leave them where you found them. So
Leave them where you found them.
yeah, put them back where you found them when you
Cause
hear
that's just 9/10 of the law. So
Well, you know, in here we got about 10 bulldogs back there. Would you like for me to go back there and let one of them big ones go on?
did you want me to put them on the rack for you
Yeah.
in your case? Did you want? Let me clean them. Hold up, baby. Cause no, I will clean these for you. Oh no, ma'am. Matter of fact, I get the real rag and shimmy for you. Now, I don't want no trouble.
So I don't feel like I don't feel like
It's
I
the
really don't
old
feel like-
school, baby. They think they doing something with the you know what they call it. What do they call snapback?
Yeah,
Honey, please.
right.
We've been snapping back
Okay.
in the day. I wore one of these Shamrock skating ring, baby.
So I know that I really don't feel like printing anything. So I just want to have a conversation, and let's just do like a little 10-minute conversation, y'all, because today is 21st, and it's a rough day for me.
Yeah,
And today is the day I lost my dad 2 years ago, and then my granddaddy, which is her daddy, passed
July 21st.
July 21st. This thing went off again. Let's see what is going on with it. So we don't want to do. I don't want to do too much as far as printing today, y'all. I just want to have. We're just gonna have a quick conversation. I see that the camera's off. I'm trying to fix it. I don't know what's going on, y'all. I'm trying to fix it for y'all. Fixing it,
USB
coming back
mode
up.
connecting.
Give it a second, y'all, and it'll be back.
Hey, Ken Robinson did you in, didn't he?
Huh?
Was that what that was?
Oh,
Did you get it? Change all the.
I changed the internet in here I'm on, but all of the printers are still off of the internet, so that's why I don't really want to do too much as far as print, because let's do a little Q&A. Just because I just don't feel like it. the channel might get X-rated if we talk too long today. I'm just not feeling it. That's just what it is. I'm just not feeling it.
Is it coming?
Right.
It coming up
So,
over there?
yeah,
there
they
it
back
is.
on. They back on. So, let's talk about some things that people. Let's talk about some things in business. Is there anything that you would ask me that people who are getting started in business might want to know? Maybe it's something that we can.
Ooh. How do you stay so consistent? Because I think that's, look how many years. How do you stay consistent? Consistently working. Even during COVID.
Okay.
Just consistently getting orders and getting them out.
First, you have to, in any business that you're in, you have to love what you do.
Okay.
And you might not like what you do. It's a lot about what I do that y'all know I complain and I don't like. I say, well, I don't like this, I don't like that, but I really do love. I love designing. I love making people happy. And if I can do something like, people think of it as just t-shirts, right?
Mm-hmm.
But if you see how happy some people are when you, just because you did a shirt for them, because let's take it back a little bit, because when I started doing t-shirts,
You know,
what was I doing? I was doing rest in peace.
R.I.P. Rest in peace shirt.
So I think that's where my connection came from, because I was doing the rest in peace shirts for people. And so just to do something like that, memorabilia, it would make them so happy.
Okay.
And so it kept me wanting to do better and better. And I've always wanted to push myself to that other level. And being a daddy's girl, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Being a daddy's girl, and him telling me,
Don't stop. Can't you?
anything that a man can do, you can do it better.
Too. I know that's right.
Not I can do it too, but I can do it better. Okay?
I forgot you was a lesson.
So I think that instilled that in me for me to want to do it. So the first thing you got to do.
So you've always, that's what keeps you driven.
Yeah, that's what keeps me driven. Anything I do, I'm going to try to be the best I can be at it. And then, so that's the first thing, is that you have to love what you do. And then you have to make time to study your craft, and in order for you to be consistent, when you're working from home, or you just starting out, a lot of times people don't respect your time.
That's right.
Family, friends, they'll call you, hey girl, what you doing? Because they at home, they off. They think you're not doing nothing, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So you have to say, you know what, I'm working. This room, that's what it's about, right? What did I tell you a couple of months ago? Mm-hmm. I said, oh, if I'm going to make this thing work from home, I got to feel like I'm in the shop, and I got to be in work. That's what the desk phone is about. So you have to have, for people who are working at home, first thing you got to do is you have to have your place. You got to have your place. You can't go from the bedroom to the living room to this room to that room. You may not even have a place in the house.
So it's like you have to be able to go to work.
You got to be able to go to work.
Okay.
And you have to be, like a lot of people work in their living room. Okay, well, if I'm in my living room and that's the only place, I'd rather be in a closet. But if the living room the dining room table is the only place that you got to work, then guess what? Y'all kids, y'all need to get outside, because I'm at work. Okay. I'm at work. And so you got to set your hours.
Yeah.
And then you have to set many goals. I didn't have any money. I remember I was in the kitchen with iron. Me and Debbie burning my kitchen table. So I had to start saying, okay, well, I'm going to do this. And then when I do that, I'm going to buy this. And you just have to set like your certain work hours. Like for me now, I get up, my routine is, if I wake up between 5 and 6 a.m., First thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go drink me some coffee. I'm gonna get up, I'm gonna go drink the coffee. I like to have a conversation with Ken. That's, you gotta have somebody that you can bounce ideas off of, that you can just talk to about your business. So for me, that person be Ken, because he's here with me in the morning. So we sit down, we talk about what we're gonna do for the day. That helps put things on my mind, what I need to do.
Okay.
And then, as I'm just going, I just make those hours. Like I say, okay, from 9 o'clock to 12 o'clock, I'm gonna be in the office. And then I take my break at 12. From 12 to 1, I'm on break. At 1 o'clock, I'm back in the office. Even with me doing this, being more consistent on YouTube, is okay, how am I going to be consistent on YouTube? Because I got so many different things that I'm trying to do. Well, I just go live now when I'm doing a shirt, or when I'm doing something, just turn on the camera and just do it. So sometimes it's just about, just about doing it. And
so number 1, establish your workspace.
Establish your workspace.
Let that really be your workspace.
Let your workspace
like going to work.
Mm-hmm.
And be consistent with your hours.
Yeah, you got to be consistent with your hours.
Okay, set aside a time, and that is like you're at work.
And sometimes there are going to be times when emergencies happen, things happen.
I mean, that's even on
you
the
don't
job,
feel it.
so.
Like today, I don't feel it. I don't want to be on here today.
I understand.
But I know that I got to be on here. I got to still keep pushing. Not that I don't want to be on here with y'all, but I'm not feeling my best.
Mm-hmm.
So when I'm not feeling my best, I try to get the things done that I can get done, and do things that are like a little less harsh on me, because y'all know I failed the other day here, in here, and so I just try to keep something going. Just keep something going. When we got a question,
she was saying in any season.
How do you stay consistent in any season?
Yeah, she was saying that was a good question. What I asked you.
Oh, okay.
Because I was like, even through COVID, everything else, what you're saying,
and you
still did that.
Another thing that you have to do too, y'all, to stay consistent. Like you may get your routine down, and then things happen and life changes. Like with COVID changed things. Before COVID hit, I was already going through with my daddy.
Yeah.
Things had already had to start changing, because I was going through a season of where I had to make a decision of, was I going to still work 2-3 o'clock in the morning? What was I going, because I was leaving here at 8 a.m., coming in at 2 a.m., getting back up, going back out. And when Dad started to get sick, I had to make a decision. Is this what I want? And then I thought about it. Am I going to kill myself for these shirts? No, I'm not. So I started, at that point, I said, okay, I'm going to work from 9 to 5. This is what I'm going to do. I start prioritizing.
Yes.
And so we have to do that, especially as women. We have to prioritize what we going to do. Me, I'm a married woman. So it's certain times that I have to make sure that I'm going to still feed my husband. But if I'm working and we got an order, you gonna eat, but you ain't gonna get no home cooked meal. You see what I'm saying? So it's just making that time, and then being able to change. You got to know when the season has changed for you, as you're growing in your business.
So number 3, I would say you're saying you have to be able to evolve.
Yeah, you have to be able to,
whatever it is, but still continue to work, but you may have to be able to work around whatever's going on in your life right then.
Yeah.
Don't stop, but you may have to change the way that you do it.
The way that you do, and maybe even the things that you're printing, what you do.
Because for me, everybody was like, oh man, this, slow. And I was like, babe, I was doing mass. I'm talking about I was mass.
Yeah, you have to sometimes.
I knew a lot of veterans. I would customize. And I mean, that was the, hey.
When I first started printing shirts, y'all, it was pictures. Everybody wanted
Yes.
pictures, right?
Yes, Alana, be flexible and adaptable. That's right.
Everybody
right.
wanted pictures. Everything was glossed up. And everybody was wearing, I don't know if you remember when people were wearing those belts with the names on it, right?
Yes, ma'am.
I made a lot of money doing that.
Yes.
Because it was a fad.
Yes.
So like when y'all remember when mugs, when these tumblers that people started doing all over tumblers and all that kind of stuff. So people went tumbler crazy. So it was like a moment that you had to jump. That you jump on the tumbler train and you like boom. You see what I'm saying?
Because I remember even initially coffee cups was like bam.
Yeah.
And then tumblers and
it used to be a time when when a company called you and they wanted a promotional product, they wanted pens. They wanted ink pens. Remember, that's all they want. Do you print on ink pens? Then that changed as sublimation came into more and more. Now it's easier to get stuff, you know.
And a lot of companies wanted masks.
A lot of companies wanted masks.
They wanted for them, that was their way of advertising.
So
because
when
people weren't really moving around without, they were literally required.
When COVID hit, we had to be flexible.
That's right.
Because there wasn't no t-shirts to sell.
Yeah.
So
your dad and my dad,
M&R called me and they said, hey, and I tell y'all that too. You know, you have to surround my kid's father told me this. Okay, my oldest two kids father, he real smart man. He was a hoe, but he was smart. He still is, but he's a smart man. Well, I'm just gonna keep it 100 with him. He wasn't the man for me because Ken is the man for me. But yeah, he still is. He still is.
I said that quiet.
He still is. But anyway, he told me something that I never forget. Okay.
What's that?
Money begot money. He said, yo,
that's right,
Miss T, if you're going to be around, you're going to get money, you got to be around money. You got to surround yourself around the people that you got to surround yourself around like-minded people. Right?
That's actually biblical.
Like-minded people. If you hanging with people that's in the gutter, you gonna get gutter results, right? So I took it and I applied it to business. That okay, I need to be around industry people, right? And that's really, y'all, how I stepped into the decorated apparel industry and started reaching out and building relationships with other screen printers. And then forming you know, because I was forming a t-shirt printers group, and then because you're gonna learn, it's something you can learn from anybody, even if they just now getting in. It's something that you can learn from somebody, right? That's right. And a lot of times I've made a lot of money from other printers calling me and saying, hey, I can't print this damn job. Can you print this? Well, yeah, I can print it. You want me to come and show you how to print it? And you gonna pay me to show you how to print it? Or do you want my company to print it? So either way, sometimes they would say, well, can we jump on a phone call? Because I'm in another state. I can't get you up here. And so that's how I end up doing the consulting. Because I was already doing the screen print class. People say, well, can I jump on a phone call? Which I said, well, or I can't print your job for you because I got my own job. But what I can do is I can help you print it. Yeah. So I ended up making a business within a business from T-Shirt Shop Dallas. Ended up turning into the consulting business too. So it's a lot of ways that you can, you know, you have to be flexible in your business, and you just got to be, you know, look for like-minded people. And that's what this channel is about. I like getting on here and talking to y'all. I do. I like getting on here and talking to y'all. That's why I tell y'all all the time is talk in the chats. We talking business. I want your input because one thing about it is each and every one of you out there have something that you can pour into me, right?
That's right.
That you can pour into me. A lot of times people think that I am pouring into them, seeding into them, but y'all are also seeding into me. And that keeps me moving. Like I just said when I was talking about the people in the foreign countries that are looking at me, that are still following me. A lot of people on this channel, a lot of people don't get on the lives. A lot of people don't comment. But I tell y'all this, when I walk into a show, and you got people walking around and I'm coming out the bathroom and somebody say, hey, I know you. They hear me speak. They head snap. Hey, I know you.
Mm-hmm.
Well, how do you know me?
Yeah. Because people.
Or I saw you. I heard you on somebody's interview. I read an article that you wrote.
Mm-hmm.
I saw you somewhere. You are an inspiration. Man, when I seen another lady screen print,
you got really excited.
You see what I'm saying? Yeah. And so people get really excited. So in that's what makes me go on, because it's been time when one thing I don't post a lot in the t-shirt screen printers group anymore. But one thing I can say is that those people was really what pulled me through, because I said, I'm done. But when they call and they say, hey, we need you to come out.
So we call it.
And I said, oh, no, I'm not coming. They said, well, what about the ladies? When they say, what about the ladies, then I'm coming.
Elena said that.
So
I got her. That's right.
You know, that's
Elena, what you said earlier, I'm going to tell you something. When you said teachable, we always say, I want to surround myself with people, with fat people. People that are faithful and teachable. And I want to be that myself as well.
Yeah.
I want to be faithful and teachable.
Yeah.
F-A-T.
And you have to be. And I talk a lot of noise. Y'all know I talk a lot of noise, and I tell you in a minute I'm backing up. But one thing about it is I can learn. Yeah. I know that's just, my playful personality. We hear on YouTube, we play, we giggle and all that. But
Arlene, you have a blessed night.
We learn from everybody, right?
And keep us in your prayers. Arlene is going to
okay,
prayer meeting.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. I'm telling you, now my thing is this. You already know what I believe in is those hours open.
Yeah.
You know me.
Yeah.
If I say I'm open,
if you say you open,
I say I'm open from 8 to 5.
Right.
I'm open from 8 to 5, but I'm probably there from 7 to 6.
Yeah.
I can't stand it if I get, because you never know how far a person's coming from. You never know how long they've been waiting. You don't know if they have something else to do in their life. That's when
you're in a physical location. Yeah.
Even if it's just me on my, on the phone.
Yeah, you're gonna answer the phone.
Hey.
Or return an email.
That's right. I cannot stand when someone's supposed to be open and they're not.
Cause see, for me, I'm not
physical location. I don't like.
For me, I'm no longer in a physical location, but I get what you're saying.
You're
like an email,
right now. You're online.
If someone shoots me an email, and that's where it goes to doing those automated emails. So that at times that you may not be able to get back to that person, you can still direct them to what they need to be doing, or just to let them know, hey, I got your email. I received your.
Yes.
Thank you for contacting me. I received your email. I'm out of the office. And I'll return your call as soon as I get back in, or I'll return your email as soon as I get in. However, here are some things that I thought might interest you. And then boom. If you need to get a quote, click this link. If you need, different things that are going on. So that really does help customer retention
Yes.
too.
Yes, because you want to make not, you don't want to just make the shirt. You want to make a customer, make a
Yeah.
client, make a relationship with that client.
And I think with kind of going back to what you said about, you know, being consistent with your business, I think that one thing that a lot of people, how they are not consistent with their business is because when they hit stumbling blocks, they run into a problem in their business and they don't solve it. And the print business is one of the most stressful businesses that
That's right.
I mean, I look at it and people think, oh, you run your own business, but you don't know how stressful it is. You see what I'm saying?
Because
People,
everything is on you.
they don't know how stressful it is when you are trying to meet people's expectations, because you may come to me and your experience getting artwork or getting stuff printed is going to be different than the next person. And so you have to try to meet, you know, those people's expectations.
Renobia said, say that again because it's a store on Harry Hines and you heard about the hours. No, but that Renobia, that happened to me today. Let me tell you something. That's why I'm drinking this Coke. I went somewhere.
I'm gonna grab a drink.
Okay, and I'm a diabetic. I don't know if you want a Coke, but it's one on the table.
Okay.
I went somewhere, and you know I'm a diabetic and I have to eat. Okay, well they open at 11. Well, it was 11:45. No one there, and I drove 20 minutes to get to that place, and I just left the gym, so I wasn't able to eat, and my glucose dropped so low. By the time I got here, I just grabbed a piece of toast and a few crackers, ate those because I was nauseated and I was knocked out. And it is important because I don't know where you live, Renobia, but when I drive out there in that area, that's a nice long, you know, that's not around the corner and gas is high. So you're right. And Elena, that's right. First impression, you hear me $5 again. First impression it's gonna be a lasting impression, and you have to. For real, my daddy said, let your next move be your best move, because it could be your last move. So whatever you're doing with the customer, do the best.
Yeah. And be honest when you can't do it.
Oh yeah.
Because it's certain things that I can't do.
And send them to and try to get somebody you can send them to.
And I tell them that this is not something that can be achieved with screen printing, or this you need to, because now you have hybrid printing. And with hybrid screen printing, y'all, they're screen printing the underbase white, and then they're doing the digital print on the top, so you don't see the halftone. So sometimes there are print methods that are out of my expertise. Like I do not do water-based screen printing. I also don't do discharge. And discharge is a process where let's say, like if you're doing a black shirt, it's kind of like they bleach out the actual shirt color so that it turns white behind there, and then they can screen print it. I don't do that in my shop because of the smell. It makes me sick. Mm-hmm. So when people come to me and they want discharge printing,
so you just honest.
I tell them that's not we don't offer discharge printing. Mm-hmm. And then I will ask them, well, why do you want discharge printing?
Because sometimes
because they may not even know what they want. They might just be calling and asking for something that they really don't know what they want, mm-hmm. right? Or they may want a shirt that they want this to be discharge printed, and you can't discharge it because you can't discharge polyester. So they may want a tri-blend shirt, and I'll be like, well, you can't even discharge that shirt. And I will give them an alternative, because for some reason, a lot of people, depending on the screen printer you go to, if you go to a screen printer and they do water-based printing, they're going to tell you water-based printing is the best method. If you come to me, They're going to tell you, oh, plastisol, people who screen print plastisol ink, you're going to have a rough hand on it, right? But if you come to me, I have a solution for that, because we can put a soft hand additive in it. We can create your screen really, really soft. You'll never know the difference.
Mm-hmm.
So sometimes it's about meeting customer expectations and and keeping it 100. Either I can do that for you or I can't. And at the same time that I'm meeting those customers' expectations, because y'all hear me on the phone sometimes. If I can make it happen, sometimes it's not about what I can't do. It's about, are you able to afford?
Trying to find what.
Are you able to afford? Are you willing to pay the price for me to do it?
Yeah.
Because some things are like in my business. I remember my daddy. I asked daddy. I said, "Y'all, my daddy made dice for for the people in Vegas, for the casinos and everything." Okay, he did work for the casinos, and they would send orders. And it's a brilliant man, because when you think about it nowadays, I'm still trying to figure out, how did daddy have all these orders from all over the country? People would call him on the telephone, and the companies, the casinos, would place orders on the phone, and he would tell them, well, you got to call my daughter. And they say, okay, well, how can we place the order? I said, well, okay, he wants you to send him the money. And then sometimes they will send the money through Western Union. Sometimes they will send the money through the U.S. mail. And then daddy would tell them, okay, it's going to be 30 days. I'm going to send that to you. And never had a website. So everybody said, now you got to have a never had a website. And I used to ask him, I said, Daddy, how is all these companies calling you?
Yeah, he was in
when he got sick and people started calling, I was like, how do I? And he
about
said,
50 years?
Yeah, 50 years. Longer than that, because he said he started doing it when he was 17. The man who taught him, he ended up taking over his business.
That's a long time.
So,
see, they have it easy now.
Yeah.
They have social media. When we started, it was no social media.
But one thing Daddy taught me was that I asked him one time, I said, Daddy, why don't you make, because y'all know all the casinos ain't straight, right? Y'all do know that. You know you got shady shops, shady crap houses and things too. And so he used to do these juice plates. I said, Daddy, why you don't do the juice plates no more? He said, it's tedious. You don't make much money. I said, Daddy, why don't you do these kind of stamps? He said, oh, that don't make any money. They doing this now, baby. And so for me, that made me prioritize stuff. I always looked at stuff he did and related it to my business. And I said, why would I do a full color design? Because I was doing simulated process print. I always want to do. Remember, I used to tell you, everybody bring me the hardest stuff. Everybody in Dallas would come and say, oh, we can't print that, but we know who can, and send the stuff over to me.
I was just
and I had to change it.
How many times do we have people to bring in a shirt because they had it done somewhere that said, oh, sure, I can do that. And what the customer got was nothing like what they asked for.
Nothing like what they asked for.
But they said, oh yes, we definitely can do that. And took that person's money, and knowing they couldn't
meet the expectations.
Knowing that, I mean, it looked like
the mistake.
It was terrible. It looked like somebody taped something up.
Well, see, it's a two-sided sword though, Shell, because sometimes a customer will come to you and they'll ask you to do something. And the company, they say, oh yeah, I can do it. Oh yeah, I can do it. Either one, they're not experienced to do it, or they can do it, but because they are afraid to tell the customer their price, what it's going to actually cost to get this job done,
or tell them
they will underbid it, and then they have to, now that they've underpriced that job, they can't give them what they really need. They can't go and outsource it, because if you come to me and you want let's say you come to me and you want a 10 color screen print job, I'm going to look at it and I'm going to say, okay, well, can I do simulated process? Can I do this? Can I do that? And I'm going to give you a price. And if you, oh, well, I can get it in this other shop down the street for such. And so a lot of screen printers and t-shirt printers, they'll say, well, I'm just getting started, so I'm going to try to match this. Or they don't have, you may not be experienced enough in what you're doing, and you take jobs.
Well,
I trained a lady that called me and said, oh, I got a 4-color job. And I looked at it, she sent it to me, and I said, hey, you need to call Stalls right now and order screen print transfers for that job. She said, but I just took screen print class, I'm ready. No, you're not ready. You took a basic screen print class, you've never printed a job. So a lot of times businesses put the cart before the horse.
Mm-hmm.
They wanna try to jump in and do something that you haven't learned how to do, or maybe you know how to do it, but you haven't. You can't give you can even send it out to a company that knows how to do it, but you can't do it because you underbid at the job.
Well, in my experience, a lot of customers are gonna say, "Oh yeah, well down the street they said they could do it for this amount," and I'm the type of person. My price is my price.
Mm-hmm.
So, because I really do try to get the customer a good price, and I always tell them, I say, well, if they can do it for that price, I can't beat that. That's really a good bargain. I would definitely take them up on that.
Exactly.
And
yeah.
8 times out of 10, the next day they call me saying, "Do you still have space on the print schedule?"
Yeah.
Because sometimes they're just trying to,
and sometimes
just trying to talk
there
you
are
down.
times when
And
customers think that
that'll make you go down.
They've heard, oh, I can get custom t-shirts for $5, right? And you can
A white shirt.
when you print a whole lot of shirts, like used to be that we would do 100 shirts for $3.99.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
One color design.
Okay, and they could, but they would come and say, oh, well, I want a full color print, and a lot of times they don't understand. So for me, when I'm talking to customers and I give them a price and they may say, oh, well, that seems a little bit expensive, then that's where you have to let them know you have to sell yourself sometimes.
That's right.
Because sometimes it's not about what the company down the street can do. The company there are a lot of people in Dallas that print. But
Elena said, I'm convinced if you can buy designer handbags and shoes, you can pay for our items.
Yes,
amen.
Yes, ma'am.
That's right, Elena.
You sure can.
That's right.
You know, they just have to tell them what?
They don't walk in Neiman Marcus and say, well, I heard at Macy's I can get this same purse.
You know what?
For 500, for 500, but at Neiman's it's 6. They simply either get it there or get it there.
See, most people look at the arts. Like when I went to school. When I went to school, my mama told me, and I love you, mama. So if you hear it,
don't you? No,
we're gonna say it,
no,
because she's not like that now. Now she's
but
but at the time when my brother said he was gonna go to medical school, and I said I want to be a fashion designer, I wanted to design. My mother said, you're gonna be a starving artist, you're not gonna make any money. Because you want your kid to be successful, right? So
and your mother was in the medical field, so she wanted you all to be in the medical field. People look at
people who sew, because at that time that was what I did. I wanted to sew clothes, and so it's like that. It's still like that today. That the arts industry as a whole is very disrespected. People do not respect the craft.
Normally, the parents not artists. They discourage their children. Oh, that's not the way to go.
See, when people look at screen print, and this is the problem that I have as a female screen printer. When people look at people as screen printing businesses, male businesses are not questioned like how people will question a woman about price.
What's how many women in screen print?
when I would be sitting in the office, I can't tell y'all how many times that I've had men come into the shop, and I ran the front of the shop, Ken ran the production. And they would say, well, I want to talk to the owner. I said, well, you talking to? They wouldn't want to talk to me. They would want to talk to Ken. It would be times that
we live in a misogynistic
people wouldn't want to pay. But if Ken told them a price, and Ken would just see, Ken's just going to throw out a price. Me, I'm going to go by specifically what we have. So he would just throw out a price. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And people would, sometimes, and it's just like that in the business. And men would not want, and it's still like that. You get sometimes, some people don't want to deal with women. And even with other women. Sometimes, y'all, we don't respect women's crafts, especially when women are sitting at home and working at home. They do not respect that what we're doing, that our time is worth our money. And so that's why, that's a part of what Lady Printer Boss is all about.
Renobia, you're right, because my mama worked there for 30 years. They wouldn't come to your door because you wouldn't even make it to their door. And Elena, you listen, if you're doing this, this is not your backup. You're still doing fashion, because this is still fashion. This is still fashion. You are altering garments, so you're still doing fashion. Mm-hmm. Trust, because fashion is anything that you wear.
Yeah. And people don't, and this is the thing, is like, I talked to a customer the other day, and I said, see, people don't put a big value on a t-shirt, right?
Oh,
because
baby.
A t-shirt is one of the cheapest types of apparel that you could buy, or it used to be. Now it's evolving. So, but you have to let your customers know this is custom work, and you charge, it's priced by the work that you put into it. Mm-hmm. So, for me, that's why I developed the t-shirt calculators, because in my business, I noticed that if someone calls you and they ask you for a price, and you're and you can't give them a price, and you have to call them back, they feel like, hey, you're not you don't really know what you're talking about, or if you don't show that confidence in your business, I'm gonna call you back, or I gotta figure it out, or and sometimes people do that. Oh, well, let me see, and you run around, you trying to figure out pricing. You gotta know your pricing.
I love the t-shirt calculator.
You gotta have it down to a science, and you have to be, when you give a person, like when I give customers my price, and I tell them how much things are, you have to be firm with it. And
does anybody on here have the t-shirt calculator?
You also have to, I'm going to give y'all a tip when you're pricing, so that you don't run customers off, because sometimes a customer, let's say if a customer calls me and they send me over design that's three color front design, mm-hmm. and a two colors on the back. Mm-hmm. And let's say I send back over the price, and it's $20 a shirt, right? Okay, and if they're getting, let's say they're getting 50 shirts, it's $20 a shirt. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. We know that everybody's having a hard time. Mm-hmm. So if I've sent it back over the quote, and I just tell you, okay, well, for a 3-color job with 2-color design, it's $20 a shirt, and I leave it at that, I may never hear from them. But if I send you that, and I say, I'm going to add, I went ahead and give you some other options
that would be less expensive.
You may, so I do a good, better, best.
Yes.
You may be interested in this if you're trying to save some money, if you're on a budget. This is another option. So you give them a couple of alternatives, and then you say, let me know what works best for you, and I'll go ahead and get your order started. Yeah, and then if you don't hear from them in a day, sometimes you have to just pick up the phone.
I do. Nicole, oh, okay. Nicole wanted to know. She said she don't know if you already answered this, and I don't either, Nicole, because I wasn't in here earlier. Do you sell screen print transfers?
I don't. I don't sell screen print transfers, Nicole, because to do screen print transfers, we can do one color screen print transfers, but when you get into doing multiple colors with screen print transfers, you need what's called a vacuum unit on your press that is like it's a special plate, and that plate has a vacuum under it that vacuums that transfer to keep it held down.
Yes.
Because when you go to put the different colors on top of it, it'll move. So I never, because my business model has always been fast printing, we never got into doing transfers for anybody because we always have believed to print. Our business model was just based on a whole entire product. So we never done the screen printed transfers like that for companies. The couple of videos that I have out there where I'm doing screen print transfers is normally like for customers that we deal with, where we would take, let's say like Miss Georgie, she gets the same order over and over again. We would screen print it in the shop so that we would have an extra few for her. But I really prefer direct screen printing, and I'm going to tell you why. Even with the DTF screen printed transfers, any type of transfer, because with the screen printed transfers, you're adding something between the shirt and the ink, which is the adhesive. And so glue, at some point it's going to heat up and it's going to melt, it's going to end up coming off. So even with screen print transfers, they will eventually, they'll eventually start to crack or come off. And I haven't seen a screen print transfer outlast screen print. And I actually think that maybe the hybrid ones will. I don't know, but I haven't seen one that will outlast direct screen printing. But it would be something that
I guess for me, the sublimation, because it's a dye, just like would you do that?
Yeah.
It's actually absorbed into the shirt,
Yeah.
and you don't feel it.
Yeah.
So for me, I mean, when sublimation came out, I'm like,
yeah,
it was on.
But people want the screen print transfer. Like,
Nicole,
this is the thing with like some companies. You remember the one company that I ordered the screen print transfers from, 613 or 617 originals, and they were just garbage.
Yeah.
There are a lot of people that are out there, Nicole, that specialize in screen print transfers. Like if you want to buy screen print transfers, I would either get my screen print transfers from someone like Stahls. Stahls has a really good reputation for screen print transfers. Howard's transfers in Houston, Texas. This guy is killing it. Howard's makes some amazing transfers. If you want to do like the 15-cent transfers, F&M Expressions does 15-cent transfers. Y'all, some of those on screen printed transfers, and even the digitally printed stuff that they're doing out here now, some of the formulas are off to me. Even with Stahls, keep it in 100. Even with them, the full color, some of the full color stuff does not look. It's not a better quality than the one color prints. Like some of the cheaper screen prints are better and they last longer. With F&M Expressions, they have a 15-cent transfer that to me lasts longer and looks better than that transfer is the one out of all of them that I looked at that I said,
It's
okay,
the one you like
I would buy
the
this.
best.
So if I had an order where I know I'm having an event, like you got to know when to use the transfers too. Because
so for Nicole, which one is the best one, you think?
depending on what she's
I'm
doing.
saying what you like, that you like that one.
Well, it would be dependent. Like for me, if I'm gonna order some transfers, what would make me as a screen printer order screen print transfers? Let's say if there's an event and my presses are backed up and I just had to order some transfers. Because each company have different types of transfers. Like Styles has the goof proof. Their Styles transfers are more expensive, but I know they're gonna last. So if I'm dealing with a company, let's say like if I'm gonna do something for the Omni Hotel, I'm gonna do Styles. Because if the American Heart Association call me and they say, "Hey, Latana, we doing a walk, and we doing, because they pretty much people getting those shirts that day and they walking away," I can say, oh, okay, I can do a 15. I can order a bunch of 15-cent transfers and do those because I know those are gonna last about 50 washes. Okay, and they ordered it on a shirt that's shrinking. I know you're gonna order it on the cheapest Gildan shirt that you can get. You're gonna just go get a regular Gildan heavyweight. The shirt ain't gonna last that long. So okay, yeah, let's go ahead and put this on because it's an event shirt. But if I got a company that's ordering something nice and soft, then I probably would go with Styles or a company that I know, Howard's. I really like Howard's, and I don't speak about Howard's much because I'm a Styles affiliate.
Yes.
So it does me. Y'all know I tell y'all all the time. I'm gonna keep it 100 with y'all. So I talk to y'all about Styles all the time because I am a Styles affiliate, and I get a little something off of it when y'all do something. But keeping it 100 though.
And the reason why I did that,
and I love Styles, but I also love Howard.
Yeah, but the reason why I did that because that's an example of because to me people really that like I said, we joke, we play, whatever.
Yeah.
But people really don't know you in that light. And the reason why I did that, Nicole, is because we just talked about you just came back on. We were talking about how do you stay consistent in business, and if it's something that, like she said, we just said if it's something that we don't do, what we will do is tell you where you can go and where you can get it at.
Yeah.
So that that's why I asked her that, because Nicole, one thing about it, information is everything.
And one thing, and see, you got to be prepared too. See, you got to be prepared for the unknown. So I have ordered transfers from every company out there because any good transfer company, they're gonna send you a sample. Styles will send you samples. And that's one thing about Styles. Styles will send you samples of everything they do.
She wants a few inspirational sayings to put on shirts to sell. White words on black shirts and black wording on white shirts. Okay.
Then I would recommend you could probably reach out to one of the transfer companies. I would go to the Styles.com. I would go to Styles Transfer Express. I would get on their website. I would order the sample pack of transfers, have them send those to me, and then I will put those on shirts and see which formula works best for me. I would also reach out to Howard's Transfers, and you can Google, I think it's howardstransfers.com or howardct.com, something like that. Look up his website. His transfers are amazing, and Howard's is a smaller company than Styles, and sometimes you get that, it just depends, you may get that one-on-one with Howard that you may not get from other people.
Okay, Nicole said I've never sold shirts before. I'm new to this. Thanks for the info.
Also,
Nicole, you're very welcome. You are very, very welcome. Very welcome.
I'm gonna give you one more. F&M Expressions, TKO Transfers. I haven't gotten my sample pack from them. I ordered it. I haven't got my sample pack from them. Stan Banks reps. He swears by Super Color. And I could say this: Stan Banks is, you know, he's an affiliate with them or he gets paid with them. He has some type of business association. So but everybody that I'm telling you about is what I'm getting at is get the transfers because they're free. Order it and try it for yourself.
And see which one you like.
And see what
best.
works best for you. And then go with what works best for you, because I can tell you what works best for me or what I like. And I can tell you all the different companies, but they have the resources out there for you to try. So I would try. And do you have a heat press, or do you want, you know, if you have a heat press, then I would just go that route and start, you know, ordering the transfers from different companies, because they send you some really, really nice packs for free. And so it's no need to not do the research because they send it to you for free.
That's what's up. It is what's up. Does anybody else have any questions about just business, how to make your business better, or how to handle certain situations that you come across,
Problems in your business.
problems that you have in your business, or kinks or whatever that, you know, you're trying to work off, or even ideas that we can just bounce off one another. Oh, yeah, Nicole, you have a heat. Okay, well, you in it, Nicole. You got a heat press.
You in it,
Get those samples, and hey, you ready? You ready? I know this. Any business you're in, it really doesn't matter what business you're in. Customer service, very important. Very important.
Very important. And I can tell you this, when you came on with me and started working, you took sales to another level. There was a place in my business where we was not getting paid what we need to get paid. So as a good customer service representative, you will find, and that's one thing that I can tell y'all, when you find someone to help you, if they good at what they do, they will pay themselves. Because this lady came in and started doing orders, and she went and looked over the books, and she said, what did you say? You said about the order. You said, why is it nobody's been, what is it? She looked and she said, wait a minute.
I said, wow.
The art fees right here, you making money off of this, you making money off of that.
I said, where they at?
And then tell the people what you did and how you what you did and how you turned it around with everybody, and how you added it in.
Well, first of all, I make sure that I make the customer feel like that. Well, not just feel like, I let them know that they are very important, period, and they have my undivided attention. And I simply, like I said before, the price is the price. If you send over artwork and it's not vectorized, then, and she has to rework it, I know she goes fast and she reworks it, but that is an art fee. That's going to be a $25.
But you got people to pay me art fees that hadn't been paying art fees for years. They would say, well, can you do? And you got those people to pay. I mean, every order that you took, it was at least $25 or $50.
They had to pay the art fees. If you ordered dark color shirts, then you had to pay for that white underbase, because that white underbase is not free for her, so it wasn't going to be free for the customers. Literally, you have to pay for that. And it's an option. I will let you know, this is what it's going to look like without it, but this is what it's going to look like with it. Most of them, they would choose to go ahead. They didn't mind paying that extra, dollar a shirt. So I would let them know about that. I would also let them know that screen printing it's not something you could just say, oh, I changed my mind, and it goes back on the shelf. Because I also let them explain the process, because a lot of people don't know that for every color she has to make a
screen.
You have to do the emulsion. You have to make the transfer, burn the screen, make the film, burn the screen for each and every color. And I had to let them know, this is how many screens she's gonna be using. So if that's many colors, then that's what that is.
Yeah.
And hey, also, because it's a specialty thing, this screen is burned specifically for your design. So I'm not gonna just start on it with nothing, because there's no turning back for me. So I would let them know, you have not, unless you paid, you have not placed your order.
Because you kept the print schedule full.
Oh yeah. And I
the
let
orders
them
were paid for in full.
Oh yes. Oh yes.
And so
if you have not paid, you have not placed your order.
Because the crazy thing is, y'all, is that we would have people who would call and they would say, yeah, I placed an order for such and such. But they would not have paid the invoice. And so when Michelle came on, she would tell people, she lets them know.
No, you can't just do that.
As she was talking to her, and sometimes this lady would pick up the phone. See me, I'm gonna send you an invoice. You make your payment. If you pay for it, you pay for it. If you don't, you don't.
Oh no, I'm gonna stay on there. I'm gonna do the invoice, and I will walk. And I'm gonna walk you through the payment process. I'm gonna send it to you, and I'm gonna let you know when I receive the money. I'm gonna let you know. Okay, go ahead and do that. Take care of that. Okay, I've received your payment, and that way also they know for sure that the order is placed and it will be ready on this date, because that spot, I let them know. You can do that if you want to, but if you want to secure a place on the print schedule, and you want your order guaranteed to be ready at this time on this date, then it has to be paid for, because she has to pay for the shirts, the ink, and the sweat equity.
And see, y'all, this is where, like, when we talk,
Ken said, look, don't take any more orders.
The difference in between her thinking and my thinking, okay? Because as a business, I'm doing 100 things. So my mindset is, I've never wanted to, I've always told you that I've always had to fake customer service. I learned customer service in school. This lady is a natural at customer service. She learned in school too, but she's a natural. And so for me, my customer service is, if you want it, you want it. If you don't, you don't. And when you know that you like that, sometimes you have to put people between you and the customers. You have to put a person that loves to do customer service up there, don't you think?
Yes. Elena, that was a big issue for her too. She was just saying she just started selling. She's just have to get started with selling to more people, and she was saying she has to get her time together. And let me tell you something, Elena, with her, she was doing everything, and so when I came in, it gave her opportunity. All she had to do was do her artwork,
and I had set times.
Let me tell you something. Her father was ill. I came in and I said, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to set it up where that's all you should have to do from this time to this time. And I put time slots up on the board.
Yeah.
And I put a checklist off, so she never had to worry about if this is done or not.
Yeah.
I would get the order, check off, it's paid. Let her on the thing, it was, when the order was supposed to be due, in a place for the artwork. That's all she had to worry about was artwork, because with Ken in the back end, the print department, and they didn't have to worry about how they pay, have they done this, because they could walk in and just see. Because when she was ill, and her father was ill at the same time, when she took ill, I didn't want her to have to do anything but the artwork. Right. And with the way she was feeling, she didn't even have to come.
If I talked to a customer back then, they would have thought I was there. I couldn't remember nothing.
Yes.
So
Yep. So, so
but
that's what you do.
yeah, and I want to say something too.
Hey,
Elena and y'all in the chat, like it's a difference when
well,
you have.
Nicole is a bossed up member. That's what's
Thank you,
up.
thank you. It's
Boss
different.
up, boss up.
It's different, y'all, when you have
Thank you.
when you have a person, when you have a customer service department, when you have an art department, when you have a print department, but when it's just you. See,
Ooh,
at
it's
times,
hard.
and I want to talk on that because it was times that it's just been me.
Yes.
And at times when it's just me and I'm having to get my timing down, she was talking about timing.
Mm-hmm. That's what I was
Timing
telling
also
her.
includes things like you have a lot of times and I did a video not too long ago that a lot of times people don't get it, where I said, how long does it take to print vinyl? I would have a sheet where I would write down, I know how long it's going to take me to print a job.
Mm-hmm.
And we would know, and we say, okay, don't bite off more than you can chew when you're getting started, Elena. That's what I'm going to tell you. When sometimes you have, when you're working by yourself, you have to pick and choose your jobs. And
well, she set up a submission, getting in the ego.
Yeah, she getting into different things. So as you're doing orders, you start timing, go in there and say, okay, well, I have a shirt order today. I'm going to do 5 shirts today. Okay, well, let me see what time I started this, from the time I started to the time I finished. That will eventually help you get a schedule together where you can do slots.
Yeah.
So if you have a print schedule, we have a print schedule, and in the print schedule, we would put things in the slots from this time to this time. So actually book your jobs. If you actually book your jobs, let's say you're taking jobs Monday through Friday, and you have 30-minute time slots or out, actually go in there and draw those out. And then that will give you time, and figure out when you're going to be printing. And when you're working by yourself, because you can't print, answer the phones, do this, do that.
And sometimes you have to shorten.
So I would do office work at a certain time, and then print
your
at
office
night.
hours.
You have to shorten your office hours.
I'm only available from this to this.
Yeah.
And that's it. And as bad as you want to pick up that phone, you can always come in that next morning, and the first thing you do is follow up with everybody on the voicemails and emails. But you cut it off at that time, and that simply is your work time.
Yeah.
But for like for me, the volume of customers was enough. I said, well, I really paid my own self.
Even now, it's customers is the phone will ring off the chain, and it can still be,
it can be frustrating,
time consuming, and
That's
it can be
right,
frustrating.
Oh yeah, you had pregnancy. Yeah, that's a lot, Renobia, and that definitely can be frustrating because I mean, dealing with any type of health issues or and being pregnant, you get up, you don't know how you're gonna feel that day. You know that you don't know how you're gonna feel that day. And you have to be able to actually just have that, let your customers know. I'm like, hey, just be honest. Listen, I'm having some medical issues right now. So what I'm gonna do is I'm not gonna be able to take any order. I'll take your order down today, but I'm scheduling it out for this day and this day.
Yeah,
and
and that's the thing too. Is you have to, because this is the thing. When your customers want right now, but with custom work, if you start jumping through their hoops and giving them right now, then that it puts you in a cycle.
All of them, let me tell you something. All of them are going to say,
it puts you in a cycle where you run into the.
I need it tomorrow.
Yeah, it's like what we say in screen printing. You're in the rat race to the bottom.
That's right.
So always allow yourself enough time. Like I would say, sit down. For me, I would sit down and say, okay, well, how much money do I need to make a week? It may be a side hustle, right? Say you're still working on a job and you may only need to make $300-400 a week. You may need to make $1,000 a week. You figure out what it is that you need to make during that week, and you start to build it up and grow it until you get to where you need to be. But at the same time, as a woman, as a woman, y'all, and I know we got men on the channel too, and y'all men, I know y'all go through stuff, but I can't talk
out there
so I can't talk to the men, and because I'm not a man.
I don't
You
know
see
how
what
it
I'm saying?
feels.
I don't know how it feels to be a man, so I have to give you from a woman's perspective. We do a lot of stuff and we go through a lot, and so you have to take time for you.
That's right.
And you have to, I mean, because it's no fun working and not being able to enjoy yourself time.
Right.
Y'all remember when, last week
said.
or two, when I did the reset, when I told y'all, I said,
No,
I shut it down and I did the reset and I came back and I feel fresh.
You said, oh my God, you said, if you like what you do, then it's not really a job.
Yeah, you have to. But
that's what you said.
You have to like. You have to love what you do, and that makes you motivated.
And if you get in that, what she's talking about, if you get in the rat race to the bottom, the thing that you love will turn into something you just like.
Yeah, it do. And for me, you have to have hours that you shut it off. And this is okay with Ken's business, y'all. So we run a dog registry, okay, and a lot of the people that are customers in the dog registry that are breeders, not customers but breeders, they will say, well, they call Ken all the time and they say, well, or they'll call me and they'll say, well, I told Ken such, right, to tell you such. For me, I keep business as business, so I ask people to email me your questions or whatever's going on so that I have everything documented. Because at times when I'm with my husband, I don't want to talk about t-shirts when we're off. I don't want to talk about dogs when we're off. So I think that you just have to find that balance. So that you say, that's okay, like. if I'm off at 6 o'clock, and because it's easy to get, and like I've trained a lot of husbands and wives, and I've seen a lot of marriages break up or go through things because of the business, because one person is so in tune with their business that you forget about the kids, or you forget about yourself. You forget that, you have a life, or that you have a spouse, and that there are other things that are going on, and that this business is going to be here. So when a lot of times when you start forgetting that, you have to remind yourself. Like sometimes Ken will come to the door and he'll say, baby, you still, I thought we was going to eat dinner. And I said, oh, well, y'all, I gotta go. I lose track of the time sometimes. Same thing with him. About 2 weeks ago, I said, baby, you always in the kennel. What during the time that we drink coffee. Because,
this is just a routine.
I want my coffee with us.
They get up and they
drink the coffee. And so that time, just that look, because it's more than just drinking the coffee together. That's your special. Y'all talk. Y'all spend time together. And honestly, that's why I don't do is how people say, I love the coffee with teas.
I love that.
And y'all love the coffee with teas, but
I will bust over here and have coffee with tea and cake.
When we do the coffee with tea, when I do the coffee and teas online, the coffee and tea talk, sometimes I have to do coffee with Ken before, because I'm doing coffee with y'all. They don't play about and that's what we normally do together. They really don't. So you just have to, know everything.
Know your cutoff time. It's time management, and I know it can be hard, but you have to, and it's you. That's the weird part. You know what you can do. And you'll still be like, oh yeah. But my dad, all money is not good money.
Yeah, all money is not good money.
No.
And in business, and one thing that I've learned is that you don't have to take every job.
No. And you'll be surprised if you were honest with that customer and let them know, hey, my schedule is full for this, but I can get that to you by this. Don't be afraid to say it because they'll most of the time they're like, oh, okay.
And regardless for me, if I'm sitting up and I'm not doing anything, it doesn't matter if I don't have, let's say I may not have a full schedule that week. I have standard print times, and the print time is the print time. Unless I feel that I want to do something, but I don't fill up my prints. Like for me, let me see how to phrase it. In a week's time, let's say I do the majority of the orders that I'm going to do are going to be 1 and 2 color jobs. If you call me and you have a full color design on front and a full color design on back, that's probably a job that I'm going to turn down because it's going to be a lot of work, and I'm not going to get the payout that I'm going to get from the smaller jobs. So what I would do for a job like that, if I know a 1 or 2 color job, I can do it, and I know, okay, I can get that done easily in 5 days. That full color job is going to be, the time frame for it is going to be extended out. It may take that, you'll be put on the schedule for 2 weeks because I know that it takes me, I got to do 10 screens to get that job.
That's right.
And I may have the setup time that it's going to take. And so that's why as I know, the more difficult the jobs are, if the job is difficult, you may need more time for it.
I know, May.
And when you train your customers, one thing that happens is when you train your customers that your standard time is 10 to 14 days out, or whatever time you say, if it's 5 days out, whatever time you say, what will happen is they will start to respect your time, right? People won't respect your time if they know you just always available.
Oh, I need it tomorrow. You're just like, okay, no.
Yeah, you can't do that in business. You have to be.
That's
you
a
have
rush,
to be busy,
and that's another thing.
And you have to charge that rush.
If you want to rush, then let me tell you something, Elena.
Because sometimes it's not.
Everybody else here needs to know the value of your time, and if you are going to put yourself in a position where you have to rush, that's when you charge a rush fee.
Exactly.
And hey, that's only fair because the allotted time, that you have, that's for you, for your schedule.
And you should have regular rush, and you should have super rush.
That's right.
You should have 2 different rush fees. One for a regular rush, which is like for me. A rush fee is anything less than 5 days. That's standard rush is 5 days. 5 days, that's a rush. It's 20% added to your order. If it's a next day or 2, anything under 3 days, you're gonna get a super rush. And you will be surprised at how many people will tell you it's not the rush is not really a rush. They don't need it all of a sudden as a rush.
Enjoy your Bible. I love Bible study. For real.
Enjoy it.
God bless Renobia.
Enjoy it. Renobia got that lady bossed up, honey.
Don't she? She do those stickers.
She do those stickers.
That's real.
To all of y'all that are members, I really do appreciate it. I'm trying to grow this channel, and we do things with with people who are just in here that are members, and do some private things too, that we have things planned.
Yeah, definitely for people that are members. And
y'all know this.
There are some benefits to being a member.
Y'all know this week has been a hard week for both of us. For both of us, this has been a hard week for both of us. So but we are still. Sometimes
they don't even know that
you have to persevere on.
Yeah, we have
through everything.
We went through something very difficult together. We were already close anyway, but we went through something very difficult together, and it's still hard.
Yeah, it's still hard.
Yeah, that's right. We both lost our fathers. exactly 1 month apart. And they were in the same hospital, one on the 7th floor, one on the 8th floor. Family going from floor to floor.
Okay,
And,
that's it. Wrap it up. Wrap it up.
Okay, okay.
Wrap
And
it up.
well, I mean, we just continue to support each other, and we want you guys to know, you know, that's what we're here for. You know, we do print, but it's gonna be times like this, you know, when you going through or whatever, and hey, you gotta let us
come
know.
on and talk.
Yeah, we come on and talk. Keep you, and definitely keep you in prayers, and try to make your business as easy and as fun for you as possible. Because hey, it needs to be fun. I'm sorry.
It's just something in my eye, honey.
Oh, okay, good.
Ain't nothing going on up here. Just something
Oh,
in my eye.
it's just something in her eye. Okay, yeah, I know. It'll be something in my eye, July 21st. But God is still good. You know, He really has blessed her. I don't know if you guys realize it, but she's been in the business. Oh my God, she's been in this business over 20 years. Tutu wasn't born, was it? Was Tutu born?
Tutu and Buki was born.
Okay, so what was about 18 years?
They was
They're 21 now.
Yeah, they 20.
We even had our kids together,
born.
y'all.
No, they wasn't born.
We
They
had our
wasn't born.
kids together.
No, they wasn't born.
So she's been in this business for a long time, and has really just, that's why I say you have to be able to grow, and you have to be able to change, and like we got saying earlier, teachable, because she's went from vinyl, she's went from that to screen printing, to sublimation, converting printers, all kinds of stuff. I mean, it's some YouTube stuff you probably can go back about 7 or 8 years, and it's surprising, but she's been on here for a long time. So we just thank you guys. Thank you, Nicole Reeves. Let me give you the hand clap.
Yes,
of becoming a
ma'am.
Boss
We
Up
sure do
member.
appreciate it.
Thank you, Nicole. Hey.
Okay.
Hopefully, hey, we know you're a boss. We're gonna cut your loss. Trust.
All right, y'all. We're gonna leave it there tonight, and we're gonna go ahead and get up off of here. And we will see y'all in the next video. We're gonna be figuring out what we're gonna do with this beautiful. We got to give a shout out to Kelly over at Styles for sending
the good
this
stuff.
Good stuff. Yeah. Oh yes, the good stuff.
The good
Okay, the
stuff.
good stuff. We
The
got to
good
give a shout out to
stuff.
them, and we're gonna come up with something to do with this. Because we're still going to do. We're gonna do everything that we always have done. Right. We're gonna still do vinyl. We're gonna do
work.
We're gonna do
work.
inkjet prints. We're gonna do the DTF. We're gonna do Echo Solvent. We're gonna do everything. So I know I had a couple of people that had inboxed me and asked me, you know, hey, are we still doing this on the channel? Yeah, we're still doing everything on the channel. This channel is for y'all. And if there's anything, you know, my boss members, y'all know that y'all have those special privileges to ask, you know, hey, is it a certain type of video or something like that you want to see? You can always do it. And y'all go and join on Facebook. If you're on Facebook, join T-shirt printers group on Facebook. That's my Facebook group. It's formerly T-shirt screen printers, but it says T-shirt printers on there now. So we're gonna get up off of here, and we'll talk to y'all later.
All right.
And let's see here. Elena said, yes, ma'am, Elena, it sure is. It sure is.
Yep.
We sorry for your loss too.
Yes, very much.
And we'll talk to y'all in the next video. Y'all have a good one.
Y'all have a blessed night.
Good night.